will happen across, you know, the telco industry. And I'm pretty sure it's the same thing for other industries as well that we can see. So customer service, which is a common, I think we talked about it in the morning session as well. When you call the call center next time, the chances are you might be talking to a bot. You might not even notice it, that, you know, you are actually talking to your bot. So the other side of the person is going to talk the way how a general human talks and answers your question. And chatbots are already, you know, everyone uses, I'm pretty sure, in the current world to get our answers. So going forward, there will be more, you know, chatbots and the conversational agents than your mobile apps. So you are not going to use mobile apps probably 3-4 years down the line, because it's mostly, that's where exactly the Alexas and Google Home, or you already have in our mobile the Cortana series, so they're already there. So you can pretty much, you know, just ask, pick up the phone and ask, it's very easy. So typical customer service, that's exactly what happens. I have some use cases which I'll, you know, come back to that to tell you exactly, you know, how we are doing for certain clients. Intelligent marketing, I think we all are experiencing it, the way how Amazon or the Flipkarts of the world are, you know, sending you the personalized messages. It's exactly, you know, there is an engine that's running behind that. Without that, it's not going to be possible. And that means every company has to adopt to that. Another interesting trend is the social media monitoring. Social media monitoring is very important because let's say you go and post a negative image in a particular social media. I think the morning example of Emirates is a classic example, but the same thing is applicable for all industries. So someone posting that, you know, I'm not happy with a particular service provider, it depends on, you know, how well his circle is. There will be more, you know, such people are going to be, you know, influenced, right? So companies want to take action based on the negative sentiment that gets posted onto the social media platform. So that's something, you know, without AI you cannot do that. The basic things like infra monitoring, which is already there. I don't think it needs any explanation at this. I just want to touch upon a little bit on legacy integration. You might wonder why. So this is exactly where the RPA kind of thing fits in. So imagine a scenario that a business who's into like 20 to 30 years of operation, they might have a lot of legacy systems, and you can't really replace certain things as you go by. You might put a digital layer on the top. You might put, you know, a complete a suite of applications to replace, but you still can't take out certain things. So what happens is RPA plays a easy role to just replicate. It will help you to do a data replication. So let me talk a little bit on that in the coming slides. So this is also a bit heavy slide. So this is about the media specific scenarios. So right from the brand monitoring, right from the intelligent marketing, and also from the content scheduling, and how you can, you know, put your ad sales, how you can, you know, find the slots that can be, you know, sold for a better revenue, to get the better revenue, managing the rights. So, you know, all these are core businesses of particular, you know, the line of core businesses pertains to media. So traditionally we've been doing it through a lot of manual activities. So I don't want to go through each point by point to drain you, but AI and RPA definitely fits into this. So how it does? So applying RPA. So let me just a little bit, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with the in-depth of RPA. We all understand RPA is essential. So the way how it works is, it sits on top of your IT layer. So you have an IT layer which is taking care of your core ecosystem. The RPA bots that runs on top of your IT layer, exactly the same way how your human uses the IT systems. So you have a lot of tools in the market that you can use it to build these process automations. The way you just have to, you know, the record the steps, or you have to build the process exactly the same way how the human goes through from screen 1, screen 2 to the last screen. So once you do that, then it becomes, you know, seamless. So what qualifies for RPA? You cannot take out everything, right? Everything doesn't fit into RPA. So what qualifies for RPA? So anything that is rule based, where there is no human involvement, sorry, when there is no judgment needed, you can pretty much apply an RPA. Any low end mundane jobs, just someone has to, log in, do something, things like that, low end jobs can be completely. That's exactly why we see that the BPO industry is already undergoing tremendous pressure, and because it's pretty much a low end job where data entry or a call center, pretty much everything can be replaced by bots. You don't need humans to do that low end job. So we will have to skill up ourselves to do a high end job. So that's the only way forward. The AI. So Surya talked a little bit about some of these intelligent, enhanced, customer experience and things like that. So what happens is a perfect blend of both AI and RPA together. It creates that intelligent business. And together here, if you see, there are three things which are important. So one is the natural language processing, which is the NLP. And you have the vision, which is analyzing the images or analyzing a particular, the themes, and text analyzers. So pretty much, all these, combinations are going to be mixed with the RPA, and where, you are going to create a blend and you're going to apply that to form a intelligent business. So let me jump on to the next slide. How we can implement this? For a typical enterprise, let's say large telco who are into business for X number of years, there is a guideline that we operate on, and this is what we think is the right way to do it. So any typical RPA specific ones, which are the low end jobs where you have a typical rule based with no human intelligence needed, you might be able to handle that within like 6 to 8 months or 12 months time frame. So that those are the low hanging fruits. You can quickly quick wins. You can get a cost saving very quickly. Using that, you can think of a longer, little bit longer in terms of doing a process optimization of your existing business processes in terms of bringing in an AI and an RPA together, so that you can automate certain business processes with that is involving a machine learning or a, artificial intelligence, so that it will give you a significant cost advantage in like 24 months time. So the complete the transformation, legacy transformation on putting an application modernization and bringing in the digital transformation. So those are a little longer in time, and that's going to be lengthy exercise. So this is our step-by-step approach basically. So, and we have applied this.
Fast.
Yeah, applied this, and it has worked well. I just want to spend 2 minutes on this. So these are some of the very interesting use cases or functional scenarios what we have done for some of our clients, and which most of the clients are also, I'm pretty sure, they are also asking for it primarily. So let me just give you some example. So one of the virtual agent concept what we talked about. So the intelligent bill. So in the Western countries, what happens is the bill shock is quite common. So when there is a change in plan, or when there is a tariff change happens, when the subscriber gets the next bill, I mean, they really don't expect that kind of a high amount. So what happens is they keep calling the call center, and because of that, the call center calls are flooded, and that spikes up their business volume, and there is a commotion. So with AI and RPA, you'll be able to easily give you the power for a subscriber to do a self analysis of his or her own bill. So he can ask natural language way of questions. Why am I charged this much? Why I have to be paid this much? No, it's a simple natural language way. So it's one simple example. Network service assurance. I think we talked about an example of a particular dynamic bandwidth management. So an AI which is monitoring that can provide you the fault monitoring and create a predictive monitoring alarms, and it can resolve by itself without even alerting a human. If there is something majorly wrong, then think about the network outage and the kind of loss, that the revenue loss that the customer will go through. So anyway, I don't want to drain you the slides. So these are pretty much there are plenty of use cases which are relevant for the telco and media, and we have been doing most of these things. In the interest of time, I'm just running through. These are some of the technology ecosystems. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are aware of it. From the RPA, there are a lot of tools in the market. What I have listed is only few. So the quite popular ones are your Blue Prism, Automation Anywhere, UiPath, your OpenSpan, Pega, Nice. There are plenty of tools. I mean, interestingly, there are a lot and lots of open sources are coming, and the adoption of open source is something quite catching up. Even in the AI and RPA space, the customers are asking, can you do something for me in open source? So clients are willing to bet on open source. Pretty much all the conversational agents, machine learning platforms, everywhere plenty of open source is there, and plus you have a matured products like Watson, IBM Watson, and your RPA tools and the Google platforms, TensorFlow, they're already there in the market. So I don't want to run through one by one, so this is just for the list, for a snapshot. So with this, we are almost into this. So this is my final slide, and happy to share my thoughts with all of you, and feel free to reach us, and I'll hand it over to Surya for the closing words.
So this is our contact address. In case any one of you want to collaborate with us, please write to us. Yeah. We look forward for the opportunities, and thanks a lot for giving us an opportunity.
Any questions?
Any questions? Yeah, definitely.
We'll go for 2 questions.
Yeah, there is a question from the gentleman.